everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina. I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome to day 2 of Spookmas. I hope you guys are having a super great Spookmas and a super great Halloween week. I hope you have some really fun things planned because I know I do. So today I'm going to be doing some spooky book recommendations for you. In here some spooky books and then just some books that I think are perfect from fall. Some of these might have been listed in my 5 fall reads, so I apologize. I just will rant and rave about books I enjoy, so if you get annoyed with apologies are being spread your way because I love books, and if I find a book that I really like, I just want to talk about it, and that's it. So without further ado, let's just get to talking about some books. So the first book I want to recommend to you is The Babysitter's Coven by Kate Williams. So this book follows Esme. Esme is a babysitter, and her first night babysitting, she has a very strange interaction with her 2-year-old. She is found on the roof, and she keeps saying a man did it. Esme is a little shaken up about it, but she tries to brush it off after she goes home. But obviously things are going to accelerate and accelerate and accelerate, and she has to try everything in her power to make sure these monsters don't get the kids she's babysitting. This is obviously a whole lot of fun. I absolutely loved this book. It was so fun to see Esme grow as a character and her trying to save all her friends and family and the kids she babysits from danger. I absolutely love this book, and I would recommend it totally before the end of the spooky season. The next book I have for you is These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. So this book follows Miss Hannah, and Hannah is an elemental witch, so she can control all 4 of the elements. And when she thinks there is some dark magic going on in the world around her, she must enlist her ex-girlfriend, who is part of her coven, to help her try to figure out what the heck is going on and how to make sure their family is no longer in danger. This book is so much fun. It definitely gives you a whole different spectrum when it comes to witchy books. It's definitely a whole ton of fun. I loved Hannah's character. I loved her best friend's character. She actually makes an appearance in one of these videos this week, so make sure you guys hit that little bell and get notified when it uploads. I love this book. It was a ton of fun. The next book I have for you is Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell. So I guess this book technically isn't spooky at all, but it definitely deserves a spot on this list. This follows 2 high school seniors who this is their very last year working at the pumpkin patch, and they are bound to make it the best they can. It is a graphic novel, and you could read it in a very short amount of time, so I definitely loved sitting at my kitchen table, eating my breakfast, and reading this book. So the next one I have for you is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. So this book involves a kidnapping, a very spooky school, a very spooky mansion, and honestly, spooky notes. This is just screams spooky, screams Halloween vibes, scream mystery novel, and I absolutely loved this book. It was so much fun, especially with the kidnapping aspect and the note aspect that goes along with the title. This was a lot of fun, and it is so perfect for the spooky season. Now the next book, I actually could not find my copy. I don't know what I did with it. It is the City of Bones and Tunnel of Bones series by Victoria Schwab. So I rant and rave about this series. I absolutely love it. It's so much fun. It is about Cassidy Blake, and Cassidy Blake can see in the in-between, and when her parents are offered a job to go across the world and do all these really cool expeditions of these haunted houses and haunted buildings and haunting places, they say yes, and Cassidy is forced to go. Well, while Cassidy's there, she's forced into the in-between a lot because she's in the in-between, and she is absolutely twisted and twirled, and she does not want to be there, and she really just wants to go home. Well, we're following Cassidy through all these different ghosts she's meeting and all these different situations she's getting herself into, and it's definitely a whole lot of fun. The next spooky book I have for you is The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. I read this book a couple months ago, and I could not put it down. This book follows a family who was part of a cult, and I don't know about you, but I absolutely love culty style books. It definitely brings a whole new dimension of it. I love the cult aspect of not only a lot of serial killers who have had the cult aspect, but cults in book, because there are so many different ways to see them, and I absolutely love it. So this book follows our main character, who was the baby that was left inside this house when there were people found dead in it, and she is kind of trying to figure out what in the heck happened here, and she kind of starts to slowly unravel the story of what happened at this house. This was so good. This introduced me to the author Lisa Jewell, and I thought she is phenomenal at storytelling, and I absolutely loved it, and I will recommend it every day of my life. Next, we have a a book you've probably heard me say a couple times this week is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I will not stop recommending this book on any spooky recommendations I ever give. Home Before Dark follows our main character Maggie, and Maggie has now inherited her father's house where he wrote a very spooky book about it, and she does not believe a single word her dad said about what happened in that house. So she goes there, starts to renovate, and lo and behold, some creepy stuff starts happening to Maggie. I loved this book. It was so much fun. It was so creepy. I actually couldn't even read it in the dark. It was so freaky to me, but it was such a good story. I definitely would recommend it as a spooky read. The next book I actually don't have a copy of either, but it is The Perfect Roommate by Manika Kent. So this book is about a girl who moves into this house with another girl because she needs a place to live, and she starts offering her clothes and money and just all these things so she can be like her roommate, I'm assuming. And in the end, we find out some really creepy things and reasons why she's giving her all these things. This book has so many twists and turns. I can't tell you how many times I was sitting there, I was like, I know this is how this is gonna end, and it was like, just kidding, no you don't. But I absolutely love this. I thought it was so much fun, and it is definitely a spooky read with the content that's inside the book. It is so good. I absolutely love it. The next one I don't have a copy of as well. I actually ended up listening to the audiobook and I never got the copy, but it is Bird Box by Josh Mallard. So Bird Box, I'm sure most of you have either seen the movie or read the book, or at least have a general knowledge of what this book is about, but it is about a kind of post-apocalyptic world where there are these creatures outside that make you want to either kill others or kill yourself. And so our main character is 5 years out from the beginning of this. She has 2 small children and she is trying to get to a safe point. So this book was absolutely amazing. It definitely took some twists and turns. I really like the book aspect because it is set in Michigan and that's where I am from. So I just absolutely love the whole setting of it. It was definitely a whole lot of fun and I loved it. Next I have Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. So this book is a graphic novel which is super fun. It is definitely filled with a lot of very short creepy stories that Emily has made up. Definitely don't read at night. Definitely don't read to children. Definitely don't read on the big moon. Big moon, is that what it's called? I think so. But this is so good. It was definitely such a short read for me, but I'm so glad I got to read it for this spooky season. It was definitely so good. I loved it a lot. And finally, I have The Saturday Night Ghost Club by Craig Davidson. So this book follows a group of friends who decide to do a lighthearted activity. And when this lighthearted activity goes very sinister very quickly, they decide it's time to get some help. So this book is so good. I love the cover. The cover is a lot of fun, and I absolutely love the story of friendship and just trying to keep themselves out of trouble. Definitely so good. I would highly recommend it. So that is going to be the end of my spooky book recommendations. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you give it a super big thumbs up. Comment down below and tell me if you've read any of these books or some spooky book recommendations that you thought should have made this list. I really hope you guys are having a super great Spookmas. I hope you guys are having a super fun Halloween week. I hope you guys are doing some fun things, and I hope you guys are having a super great day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below for more videos like this. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday, but this week we'll be uploading every single day. Normally my upload dates are Tuesday and Thursday, which is super exciting, and I got some super cool announcements coming in December, so make sure you hit that little bell notification next to it to get notified every single time I upload, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!